So today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to crack a case, but here's the catch. We've only got one piece of evidence. It's a document titled Subway System Civil Procedure, and the entire story is hiding in just 4 words. Let's start digging.
I mean, really think about it. What kind of story can you possibly get from just 4 words? Especially about a legal case? It seems almost impossible, right? But that's our challenge today. We're going to have to put on our detective hats and examine every single clue.
And this is it. This is literally everything we have to go on. A title and this one single cryptic line of text. Honestly, it's a fantastic challenge because it forces us to really unpack the meaning of every single word.
So let's officially begin our investigation with the mystery itself. Those 4 words just sitting there in parentheses. What could they possibly mean in a legal context? To figure that out, we have to start with the clues that we do have.
All right, let's move on to our first big clue, the title. It actually gives us 2 huge pieces of information. Subway system, that's our subject, right? The who. And civil procedure, that's our context. That's the world this story is happening in. It's basically our rule book. So what in the world is civil procedure? Well, put simply, it's the instruction manual for how the legal system works. It lays out all the rules for any lawsuit that isn't a criminal case, all the deadlines, the paperwork, every step you have to follow. It's there to make sure everyone is playing the same game. And that leads us to a really great analogy. You know how a subway system has set tracks and stations to get you from point A to point B across a city? Well, civil procedure is kind of the same thing, but for navigating a legal fight. It has its own clear processes and stages that act like the routes and the stops. Yeah, just think of it this way. One journey takes you from Brooklyn to the Bronx. The other takes you from filing a complaint to getting a final judgment. But at their core, they're both just journeys through a complex, rule-based system. Okay, so we've got our map, we understand the world of civil procedure. Now let's zoom in on that second clue. It's finally time to decode that cryptic message at the heart of our document. Those 4 words in parentheses. And here they are, based on limited grounds. This little phrase right here, this is the key. This is what's going to unlock the entire story. But to get it, we need to break down its most important legal term. The word we really need to focus on is grounds. In law, grounds is just a fancy way of saying the reasons. It's the foundation for your argument. So if you sue someone, your grounds are why you think you should win. If a judge makes a ruling, the grounds are the legal justification for it. Simple as that. So if grounds are the reasons, what does limited grounds mean? Well, it suggests that a decision was made but not based on who is right or wrong in the actual dispute. Instead, it was based on a specific, narrow, procedural issue. For instance, maybe the lawsuit was filed in the wrong court. Or hey, maybe too much time had passed since the incident. These might sound like technicalities, but in a rule-based system like civil procedure, they are absolutely critical. Okay, we have our clues. We've got our subway map of civil procedure, and we know what limited grounds means. So let's put it all together and see if we can build a story that makes sense. Let's walk through a hypothetical scenario. So picture this. Someone sues the subway system. The subway's lawyers get the case, and instead of arguing about what actually happened, they file something called a motion to dismiss. Their argument? It's simple. This lawsuit was filed in the wrong court. This court doesn't have the power or jurisdiction to even hear this case. The judge looks at this procedural argument, agrees with the lawyers, and boom, case dismissed. Now, the key thing here is that the judge never actually decided if the subway was at fault. The decision was made based on limited grounds. And there it is. The puzzle is solved. That 4-word mystery isn't just some random legal jargon, it's the conclusion to a very specific legal story. It's the official reason a case got shut down without anyone ever getting to the heart of the matter. It's a procedural stop on the subway line of justice. So we did it. We cracked the code. But, what's the bigger picture here? Why does this little puzzle about 4 words actually matter to any of us? Let's zoom out and look at the real takeaway. What this whole exercise perfectly illustrates is that pretty much every complex field, whether it's law or coding or medicine, you name it, it operates on its own internal logic. It has its own special language and its own set of rules, its own civil procedure that you have to understand to navigate it. Our 4 words were just a little piece of that hidden language. And that really leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? We just decoded the hidden rules of one small legal document, but these systems, these special languages and rules, they're everywhere. They're shaping our jobs, our hobbies, our entire society.
So the real question is, what hidden rules are shaping your world? Thanks for coming along for the ride.